welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles. In today's video, we're going to be going over what you should do or what I recommend you doing if your customer and or client is reaching back out regarding the status of an order, and you may be nervous to reply back because you may not have the inventory or you may not know how to reply back. You may sense a sense of frustration when they reach out to you, whether it's via email or chat or text message. And you may not be certain on how to respond to that type of inquiry. So I got this question via text, and pretty much someone that is watching my videos. So thank you so much. You know who you are that sent me the text. Someone that's watched my videos and I hope subscribed to my channel, but I didn't check to verify. But they asked, this question. They said, hey, I'm getting customers reaching out and they're wanting to know the status of their order, and I don't have the inventory in stock just yet. I'm doing a pre-order method, and I'm thinking of doing drop shipping too, and also ordering some bundles to have on hand. But at this point, I don't have any inventory. The hair is expected to be here in a few days, and I don't know what to do. Should I just wait to reply until I actually receive the hair, or should I just wait until tomorrow when they may not seem as agitated? What should I do to make sure that everything remains cool and calm and professional with my business? So I'm going to be going over my recommendations. If you are interested, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I want to remind everyone is that when you are running a business, there are going to be things that happen that are not in your control all the time, especially if you're offering hair extensions. If you're selling hair or any product for that matter, you are going through a vendor most of the time to get the extensions to you to be able to distribute to customers and clients. And so there could be things that happen that are not in your control, such as, you could expect a shipment for your inventory on Monday, but something happens with the shipping, somewhere down the line. Maybe gets held up at the UPS location. Maybe it gets, I hope this doesn't happen, but it has happened before. Maybe your package gets delivered to the wrong address. Maybe it gets lost. Hope it doesn't happen again. But these are things that sometimes happen in business that you have no control over. And so you want to make sure that you're thinking ahead in a lot of circumstances. What would I do if this happened? What would I do if this? And so a lot of times when I talk about making sure we set the right expectations on our website, as far as like the shipping time frame, for example. Some people reach out to me in the comments and also via text and email, and they say, hey, I know you recommended setting the shipping time frame for this date, but I want to go ahead and offer next day shipping. That's fine. You can always do what you want to do for your business. I'm not here to tell you what you have to do for your business. I'm just here to give recommendations, insight, and answer questions that people may send in to me, so that we all can help, collectively. And I'm also here to learn from you all. So there are people that send me information regarding their business, and it helps me learn as well. And people that leave comments regarding their best practices and experiences, and it helps us all grow. So that's what this channel is for. It's a community of resources where we should be able to reach out, ask questions, leave comments, and pretty much just kind of bounce ideas off of each other so that we can all grow to be as successful as we want to be. So with that being said, I'm going to be looking down. I have my notes here. The first thing that I want to start with is, if your client is wanting an update on their order, this is normal. There are going to be customers that are more attentive to their packages and orders than others. There are going to be customers and clients that need their hair, and I'm saying need, they may, want their hair a lot sooner than someone else for various reasons. Maybe they have an event to go to. Maybe their birthday is coming up. And there are some people that just want their hair fast, as soon as possible, even if they don't have anything going on. They're like, look, I paid my money for it. I know you said shipping is 5 to 7 business days, but forget that. I want my hair like yesterday. So there are going to be different people out there. Hence, there are going to be different reactions with your customers and clients. The first thing that I do want to say is reply. Please reply to inquiries that you receive. Now, this goes back to setting the right expectation. If you have an expectation on your website that you are going to reply, let's say within 1 to 2 business days, make sure, from my recommendation, just from my advice, please stick to that. Pretty much, bottom line. Please stick to what you have specified and outlined on your website. That is going to build more trust with your business, more reliability. I've had customers, repeat customers and clients come back to me and say, I'm purchasing from you, even though I found a company with a cheaper price, or I found a company with a quicker shipping time frame, I know when I order from you, I'm going to get my product. I know when I order from you, you're going to reply if I have a question, you're going to respond, and pretty much what you say is what you deliver on. So it's really, really important to continue building the trust with your business. It's not about having the lowest prices all the time. It's not about having the coolest website all the time, but it does boil down to the integrity and trust behind your business, because that is what's going to build up the confidence in your buyers to want to continue to work with you and shop with you and buy your products and services, whether they're customers or clients. So I just use the term buyers to put customers and clients under an umbrella. But you know, I hope you get what I'm saying. So it is really important to reply back. So don't think, okay, hey, I don't have the hair in stock. If I tell her this, she's going to be upset and I may lose another customer, or she may give me a horrible review. You know, think about your expectation and what's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to reply, not ignore. And when you reply, you don't have to reply in a way that you are being unprofessional, meaning you're saying, hey, you know, I was expecting my inventory, but my friend didn't come to give me a ride because my car broke down and she's having trouble with her baby dad. And then, you know, you don't have to go into detail like that, but you can professionally state that you are waiting on inventory if you like, or you can professionally remind them of the shipping expectations if you have the shipping expectations outlined properly on your website. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But my first recommendation is reply, do not ignore. The second tip that I have is empathize. So even if you have your expectations set on your website for shipping to be 5 to 7 business days, and you have a customer that's reaching out like the next day saying, hey, can I get an update on my order? Hey, do you have the tracking number for my order? Empathize, or hey, I needed my hair by today. You know, I thought I was going to get my hair today. Even though it may state on your website that it's going to take 5 to 7 business days, not everyone reads what's on the website. Not everyone reads contracts. Not everyone reads, you know, a lot of important information. So some people may have not read your shipping time frame. They may have just assumed that they're going to have their hair by tomorrow. And so you still want to empathize. Now, when you empathize, you don't necessarily have to apologize because you really didn't do anything wrong. You have the expectations set on your website, and you can't make anyone read the expectations or the shipping time frame on your website. All you can do is place it there and hope that they do read before they purchase. But you still can empathize, letting them know that you understand where they're coming from, that you can relate with their sense of urgency, and what you will do to kind of, you know, ease the process for them. So it may be something like letting them know, reassuring them that they are going to receive a confirmation email with tracking information once their order ships. Or it may be, and also acknowledging how they feel and letting them know, you know, oh, wow, you know, I apologize if you want to, even though you really don't have to because you didn't do anything wrong. And we don't want to over apologize in business. We talked about that too. But you could say, you know, I apologize for the misunderstanding, or, you know, I regret to hear that you expected the hair tomorrow. You know, our shipping time frame is this. What I can do is this. We always want to make sure we're reiterating what we can do, and we're reiterating the fact that we understand where they're coming from, but we also have a solution. So the solution would be letting them know that, hey, this is what we can do. So if you can go ahead and ship out the hair sooner, then, you know, offering that option to them. If you cannot, then letting them know that they will be provided order updates and the order status with tracking information once the order starts moving, once it's shipped out. The third tip that I have is remind of expectations set on the website. So if you do have expectations set on the website, this is something that could combat some of the negative or hostility that you may sense between the correspondence with you and your customer and client. People are people. So, you know, people are going to have emotions, and sometimes people are upset, not even because of something that your business has done, not because of something that they experienced with you directly, but they're just upset for something else. And you may have been the first person that they were able to get in communication with right after, you know, hearing horrible news. Now, I'm not saying it's right for anyone to take their anger or frustration out in conversation with anyone else, but again, I am saying that people are people. And so no one's perfect, and there may be times where someone reaches out and they're upset. Again, it has nothing to do with you, or it may have something to do with your business. Maybe they really thought that they were going to have their hair the next day. They really, really wanted their hair by the next day. They had their appointment lined up. And so what I would do after you've empathized, after you have replied to them, I would make sure that I am showing them that the expectations was on the website. A lot of times people are more receptive to listen when you have explained that, hey, I did set the right expectation. Hey, the expectation was here. Again, I apologize for the misunderstanding. I did put the expectation here, and it's also provided at the checkout process right before checkout. So just letting them know that I've had experiences where people have reached out and they're like, hey, can I get an update? Literally maybe like 5 minutes after they placed an order. I just placed an order for wholesale, and I about 10 minutes ago, and I haven't received an email. When is it going to be shipped? So even though I have the information specified on the website, sometimes people are just so excited too that they want their hair shipped out immediately. And when I say immediately, I do mean immediately, but it's our responsibility to make sure that we're handling that correspondence in a professional and reasonable, reliable way. So letting them know, hey, I got you. I haven't forgotten. Your order was placed correctly. I have all of your order details. And as soon as it ships, you will know via whatever method you opted in for. So whether it's a text message or an email, but you definitely will know once your order starts to move. The next step that I have is being patient. So although you may be frustrated, or you may feel like, wow, how she just placed an order, or he just placed an order on my website. Why are they reaching out to me? And why do they have an attitude? Why do they have an attitude and they just placed an order like 5 minutes ago? On the website, it states that it's going to take about 3 to 5 business days. Why are they upset with me? It's not our responsibility to figure out always the why and to understand the why to a T. It is our responsibility to try to figure out what's going on and to understand our customers' concern and view to the best of our knowledge. But there are some times that you just won't find out the why. And so that's what I'm saying. It's not your responsibility to necessarily pull the why out of someone. You can definitely ask, and you can you explain and provide information on what you can do. Again, emphasis on can do, and again, emphasis on empathize. But you can't control if someone's going to tell you their why behind why they're upset, or why they're mad, or why they expected their hair to be here today and you had it clearly specified. All you can control is what you're doing. So making sure that you're setting the right expectations, that you're remaining professional and being patient. So even if it's something that's frustrating to you, something that has you, irritated, you do want to remain patient throughout the correspondence. It's our responsibility, again, to be professional in the industry. Now, of course, we do want respect returned back, but it's really, really important to train ourselves to be as patient as we possibly can when you are working with people. And that's in any industry. Every industry that I've worked at or worked in, especially during sales, whether it was for the phone company, whether it was for a bank, whether it was for insurance, whatever company it was or whatever I was doing, people are people. So it definitely takes patience, and that is also going to build more reliability and integrity with your business, because there have been people that have reached out to me with attitude, and sometimes you can misjudge and wrongly assess how someone's writing. So be very careful in the email. But I knew that these people that I'm referring to now were upset because they ordered their hair, I think 2 days prior, and they thought that their hair was going to be overnighted, even though on the website it didn't state anything about that. And so not only did they send an email, but they left a voicemail too. And so on the voicemail, they clearly stated, I am highly upset. So that's how I knew. But you want to make sure that you're not jumping to conclusions and thinking that anyone is upset based on how they're writing, because different, text messages and emails can sound different. You can read it a certain way and it really not be the way that they're intending to send it over to you. But be patient. And some of the people that have been upset with me have come back to me for business, and they have apologized. Hey, I know it wasn't your fault. Hey, I didn't read that it could take 5 to 7 business days for my package. I didn't read this. I didn't read that. I was just really upset. Something happened at work, or someone did this, someone did this. Some people are even upset because they had to split ways with their business partner. And so that was an opportunity for me to be able to empathize with what's going on in their life, build a deeper connection with them, go back and forth, share some information regarding, tips or advice that I may have if it's a business scenario or issue that they're going through. And it helps to build that relationship. And so with relationship, it drives repeat business. So, there can actually be light at the end of the tunnel, even with a upset or frustrated customer and client, if you handle it with patience. And the last tip that I have is follow up And, with follow-up, I kind of mentioned that. Make sure that you are following up with them with tracking information. You don't necessarily have to do it personally if you already have your website set up to send out tracking information once their order ships. So I do use Shopify. If you're not using Shopify, I highly recommend you switching over, especially if you have a hair business. There's tons of analytics, tons of different apps, and it's just a really, really efficient website to use for e-commerce businesses in general. There is a link down below this video if you want to try out Shopify or switch over. There may even be a free trial, but you have to click that link to see. But with Shopify, you have an option to go ahead and preset your website to send out confirmation with shipping numbers once a customer or client places their order. They can also get a text message with their shipping and order information. So it's really efficient. It's really cool. It kind of takes a lot of the hand work, the manual work that a lot of entrepreneurs do. It takes care of that. So you can reply back and let them know, hey, as soon as your order ships, you will be notified. And you can say that confidently without having to write a note or put a reminder in your phone, because you know that you're with an e-commerce site that allows you to set up options where if once your customer orders, they automatically receive their tracking information. So pretty much that is, those are my tips in regards to what should I do if my customer keeps asking about the status of their order. Should I reply? Should I not reply? Yes, reply. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.